I kept seeing people rave about Walk on Earth a Stranger, and eventually I gave in. I had to know what the hype was about. And honestly, totally worth it. This was my first time reading anything by Carson, right when news of gold in California sent people racing across the country chasing a new life. You can practically feel the dust, the hunger, the desperation. It's that immersive. At the center of it all is Leah Westfall, who's living a tough but steady life on a Georgia homestead. She works hard, hunts with her father, and knows how to take care of herself. Then everything changes in an instant. She comes home to find her parents murdered. And just when things couldn't get worse, her deeply unsettling uncle shows up, claiming custody of her. Leah knows exactly why he's there. He's figured out her secret. Because Leah can sense gold. Not in a vague, mystical way, like she feels it. A buzzing in her body that pulls her straight to it. Which sounds cool, until you realize how dangerous that kind of ability would be in the middle of a gold rush. If the wrong person controls that power, it's game over. So Leah makes a bold move. She cuts her hair, puts on her father's clothes, becomes Lee, and heads west with nothing but her horse and a plan to disappear into California, where everyone's hunting gold anyway. It's the perfect place to blend in. Except getting there? Absolutely brutal. This journey is not a casual road trip. It's months of crossing harsh terrain in covered wagons, dealing with disease, starvation, exhaustion, and constant uncertainty. The book really makes you feel every mile. There were moments where I was genuinely uncomfortable reading, because it gets intense, but I couldn't stop. You're right there with them, pushing forward even when everything says you shouldn't. Along the way, Lee joins up with different groups of travelers, and that's where the story really shines. The relationships she builds feel so real. There's this mix of strangers slowly becoming something like family, all depending on each other just to survive another day. And all the while, there's this lingering tension. Her uncle could show up at any time. Lee herself is such a compelling character. She's tough, adaptable, and constantly thinking ahead. Pretending to be a boy isn't just about the clothes. She has to change how she talks, moves, reacts. One wrong slip and everything could unravel. And even though she has this incredible ability to find gold, she doesn't let it define her. She's not chasing riches. She's trying to stay free and protect the people around her. And then there's Mrs. Joyner, who completely stole the show for me. She starts off strict, kind of cold, very proper. Definitely not someone you'd expect to warm up to. But as the journey goes on, she becomes one of the most fascinating characters in the book. She insists on maintaining dignity no matter what. We're talking full-on dinner setups with a tablecloth and china plates in the middle of the wilderness. At first it seems almost ridiculous, but the more you understand her, the more it hits you emotionally. That routine becomes something deeper, like holding onto a piece of humanity when everything else is falling apart. The book doesn't hold back when it comes to loss either. People get sick. Supplies run out. Not everyone makes it. And yeah, don't get too attached to the animals. Just trust me on that. A lot of people compare this story to the Oregon Trail, which makes sense once you see what these eyes go through. For me, it also had strong Little House on the Prairie vibes, just with higher stakes and a bit more edge. By the time you reach the end, it's clear this is only the beginning of a bigger journey. There's so much left to explore, especially with these characters, and I was already ready to jump into the next book. If you like historical stories that feel real, with just a touch of something magical woven in, this one's absolutely worth picking up.